Hi, my name's Diane. I'm a carer support worker with Lanarkshire Carers and have been for over 19 years. Every day I have meaningful conversations with carers. These in-depth conversations really help me to gain a full understanding of each individual carer's situation. It helps to build trust and a positive working relationship with each carer, which is used to create the foundation for identifying personal outcomes as part of each individual carer's adult carer support plan. Depending on the carer's circumstances and responsibilities, these conversations take as little or as long as necessary to fully support that carer. Often, a carer's role can change, which is why regular reviews of an adult carer support plan for further support are necessary. Carer support workers are co-located within the social work offices, and this partnership approach ensures that carers do not have to repeat their story several times. It also allows us direct access to the social work staff. Many outcomes identified in an adult carer support plan can be met through organisations as well as our own. We work in close partnership with other organisations to ensure that we are kept up to date on services that they provide. This knowledge allows us to signpost or refer carers to these valuable specialist services to help carers achieve their identified personal outcomes. You'll now hear from some of my colleagues around how carers can achieve their identified personal outcomes through some of the different services that we offer. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Julie Lennox and I'm one of the South Lanarkshire Carer support workers for the Lanarkshire Carers. I have been with the organisation for 16 years and have watched it grow to where it is today. My role as a carer support worker is to provide information and support to unpaid carers. The means of support that we can provide is a listening ear. That's a big part of my role, is listening to carers. We also support carers to complete an adult carer support plan, to complete a creative break application, any means of support that they require to help them in their caring role. COVID-19 has affected us all. The organisation has adapted well to us all working remotely and working from home. My role has changed and I've been supporting more carers who have been feeling isolated and lonely because of the COVID-19 situation. Due to this, there's been no physical contact with carers and everything has been dealt with over the phone. I have worked for the Carer Centre for a number of years and I have watched the centre grow and expand their services to support carers. For example, we have developed a short break bureau and a carer-led training programme and massively expanded our BAME service. We now have much more staff than we ever had before who bring many skills to the team. I have been supporting Ian for many years now. Ian has a heavy caring role and he cares for his wife who has MS. I have always provided a great deal of emotional support to Ian, but particularly more during lockdown when Ian was feeling lonely and isolated. During lockdown, Ian had issues with his fridge freezer and I supported Ian to apply for funding to allow him to purchase a new one. This helped Ian to feel less stressed and able to focus more on his caring role.
Hi, I'm Ian and I'm a carer for my wife who has MS and dementia problems. My caring role has been very hard and demanding at times. I have to provide a great deal of support for my wife, such as assisting her with personal care, encouraging her to eat, drink, the housework, managing of money, payment of bills, and try to take her out when I can. I have struggled a lot, particularly during the lockdown, and at times I felt quite lonely. I've been supported by Lanarkshire Carers Centre for several years now, and I've regularly been in contact with my carer support worker. During lockdown, I've received a lot of help and fun for a new fridge freezer, which allowed me to store food longer instead of visiting the shops every day. It really did help me a lot with the stress. Over the years, I've attended local support groups which I've really enjoyed. I've met a lot of people in the same situation as myself who know exactly how hard it can be. And we had regular speakers from all sorts of organisations, which have been a great help over the years. A couple of years ago, I received funding for the short break from my caring role. It made a massive difference to get me away for a few days. I would like to thank Lanarkshire Carers Centre for all the help and support they've given me over the last few years.
Lanarkshire Carers Short Breaks Bureau provides information and opportunities for carers to take a break from their caring role. Having regular and substantial breaks from caring can provide a range of benefits to carers as well as those they care for. Short breaks can help carers improve and maintain their health and well-being, giving them time to relax and unwind. They can assist carers to have a life out with or alongside caring, giving them something to focus on other than the caring role. They can also help improve the relationships that carers have with the person they care for, as well as the relationships of other key people in their lives. Through meaningful conversations with carers, we can help them think about short break opportunities that suit their individual needs and circumstances. We encourage carers to think creatively about these opportunities and what they can do to sustain the break over a longer period of time, rather than just a one-off break. I would like to share a video with you of a carer named Linda. Linda was supported by Lanarkshire Carers to access grant funding towards the cost of a short break. You will hear how we work with Linda to better understand her circumstances and how thinking creatively about a short break from caring, one that can be sustained over a longer period, can make a huge difference.
Hi there, I'm Karin Thompson. I'm a carer support worker and have been providing support to carers in Lanarkshire for over 19 years. Earlier this year, I was providing support to a lady called Linda. We talked on the phone and we met a few times. During the conversations we discussed the caring role, the impact it had on Linda, and what would make a difference. We identified an outcome for Linda that would allow her some respite time, but this was an activity that she could do at home. We applied for some funding and this was awarded. Linda was then able to purchase a computer program that would let her change photos onto a digital format. She would be able to create memory boards and photo albums that she could share with her mum, something they could talk about past the time, but it also gave Linda some time out, time for herself, some me time. Linda will now tell you how this has made a difference to her.
Hello there, my name's Linda Moran and I'm a carer for my mum and I have my own mobility issues. I've been registered with Lanarkshire Carers Centre for about 4 years and initially it was just to get the benefits of the carers registration card and to get the pampering services for my mum. However, at the beginning of this year I was having more problems because my mum had increasing carers needs and also I was having more mobility problems myself. So I had a meeting with Karin, who's our carer support worker. Karin and I talked about how previously with my hobbies I have been quite active, but now I really needed to find a hobby or pastime that I could do at home. I have been interested in photography for a long while and my mum has over 20 photo albums that go back for generations. I knew that there was software available that would allow me to save those photographs and to share them online. Karin suggested that I could apply for a Creative Break Award to allow me to purchase that software. Really, she took care of the application for me. The timing couldn't have been better because the grant came through just after my mum and I had to start shielding for the COVID lockdown. My mum and I, we sit and go through those photos together, and as we do that she tells me the stories of the people and it really brings those photos to life. So when I share those photos online, It means that I can also share those stories. Now, I don't have any siblings, but my 22 cousins live all over the UK and Europe and Australia. What it has meant is that the youngest generation in Australia are seeing photographs of their great grandparents for the very first time. Time flies in when we are doing this, and we're still only at the 1960s, so there's lots more to do. It has also reawakened my interest in photography, and this summer I've been taking more photos out in my garden. This has been an emotional journey, and it turned into a much bigger project than I ever imagined. It's also made our extended family much closer. I want to say thank you to everybody at Lanarkshire Carers Centre for making this happen. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Francine. Many of the meaningful conversations we often have with carers results in an outcome being identified that could be met by training and skills development opportunities. This is why the Lanarkshire Carers training programme is vital, even more so now, to support carers. It includes a variety of topics and can focus on condition-specific workshops, for example, specialist autism training to support parent carers, or be more around mental, physical and emotional health and wellbeing. We work closely with our partner organisations to provide locally sourced training opportunities, which often result in referrals that widens that support for each carer. The impact of such courses for some carers has been significant. We will now hear from Jane, who will tell you a bit more about how training has helped her to meet her outcomes. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Jane Stratton. I am a mum of three. My three children all have autism and various other comorbid conditions. My oldest has also been bedridden with a physical condition for the last year and a half. It's difficult to answer the question about how long I've been a carer because I really do still see my role as being mum, although I do appreciate that other people would class me as a carer. I came to Hamilton, where I live, about 6 years ago, and at that point I joined Lanarkshire Carers. I didn't really know what I was expecting at that point, and life was really hard, so I actually didn't go to any trainings at all for the first couple of years. I felt that the word training made it sound awfully serious, and for me life was hard enough at that point. I felt like I didn't want to be part of a serious kind of learning environment at that time. Now, having been to lots of trainings, I realised that was a very big mistake. I should have gone to them because now, having gone to quite a few, really around autism, all the trainings I've been to have been about autism. I can say that they are absolutely fantastic. They're not formal, they're very informal. The person that runs these trainings is called Anne Love from Love Autism, and she is an expert, I would say, when it comes to anything related to autism. The trainings are always very much centred around the needs of the people who attend, so we always get an email beforehand asking if there's anything that we would like and to include, which I think is great. As carers, life can be pretty isolating. We very often choose not to discuss what's going on in our own homes with other people because we're aware that it can be so different. And that ends up with us feeling quite alone. So by going to the carers trainings, that really helps because there's always time to chat with others. We can very quickly see that we're not alone. Other people have gone through the same situations, and sometimes we can offer some support as well, which always makes you feel much better. Anne's brilliant at giving us strategies that we can use, and I often get strategies from other parents as well, which is great. So I would say it really helps to make you feel part of something. Everyone's always very gentle, always very kind, and extremely caring. So you really do feel that it's that kind of virtual hug that you've been looking for a while. And it almost as if you feel a bit like you feel as if you're in a family situation. I would say for all those reasons, it's really helped me in my caring role. It's helped my children hugely, not that they necessarily know that, but the strategies that I've learned have been great. And also I've learned a lot of other information about autism that has helped me work out why my children maybe react the way they do in certain situations, which has really helped them and it's helped me. So I would say there's really nothing negative to say about the trainings. They're great. They've really, really helped me in my role, and I would say they've helped me help others as well. It's brought me out of myself a bit and allowed me to share things that I've experienced, and that in turn has helped other people. So I would really, really like to thank Lanarkshire Carers hugely for the input that they've had in my life, and love, of course, as well. Thanks.
Good morning. I'm Isba Khan, BAME Carer Services and Equalities Coordinator, and would like to update you briefly on our current service provision and our future plans. Lanarkshire Carers is one of very few carer centres in Scotland that has a dedicated BAME Carer service and is nationally recognised for best practice. We participate in national forums and are frequently consulted on matters concerning carers from diverse communities. Our specialist services such as dedicated carer support groups, bilingual support, carers call in 3 languages, access to on-spot interpretation in 200 languages via language line, information and resources in bilingual format, customized training program and events has made our services accessible for all communities. It has been a very busy year for us and carers, learning to work and connect via new platforms. Our BAME Carer Celebration Week was successful in enabling carers to overcome their digital shyness and equip them for future. Lanarkshire Carers is committed to enhance an inclusive culture which promotes equality, diversity, and maintains services in which needs of carers from all communities are met and respected. Going forward, we will be developing all aspects of our inclusion framework and will continue implementing inclusive, flexible, and enabling approaches for carers to achieve positive outcomes. Thank you.
मैं अपने हस्बैंड की केयर हूँ और मैं रदकलैन में रहती हूँ। मैं लास्ट अक्टूबर नवंबर में लनाक्षर केयर सेंटर से कनेक्ट हुई थी और मुझे इनसे बहुत ज़्यादा फ़ायदे हुए हैं। सबसे पहले मुझे ये पता चला है कि केयर होने के फ़ायदे भी बहुत हैं, जैसे केयर अलाउंस और केयर कार्ड, जो मुझे पहले पता नहीं था। और इन सब में सबसे ज़्यादा मुझे इसबा खान ने हेल्प किया। वो बहुत ही अच्छी इंसान हैं। इवन मैं मार्च में पाकिस्तान में कोविड की वजह से स्टक हो गई थी, तो वहाँ पे भी इसबा अक्सर मुझे फ़ोन करती थी और मुझे बहुत इमोशनली सपोर्ट किया है, क्योंकि मैं वहाँ बहुत परेशान थी। और लास्ट मंथ जो लनाक्षर केयर सेंटर की तरफ से केयर वीक का जो एक्टिविटीज़ हुई, मैं अनफॉर्चुनेटली उसमें टेक पार्ट तो नहीं कर सकी, लेकिन मुझे अपनी केयर फ्रेंड्स और ग्रुप चैट से पता चला कि सब ने बहुत इंजॉय किया। इट वाज लाइक अ पीस ऑफ माइंड फॉर देम। किसी की केयर होना एक बहुत हार्ड जॉब है, यानी आप 24/7 ऑन जॉब हैं, और अगर इसमें इस तरह लनाक्षर केयर सेंटर कोई एक्टिविटी लेकर आए, चाहे वो 1 घंटा ही हो वीक में, तो बहुत बड़ी बात है। लनाक्षर केयर सेंटर ने मुझे फाइनेंशियली बहुत सपोर्ट किया है, और स्पेशली इसबा खान ने मुझे इमोशनली बहुत सपोर्ट किया है, और मैं इन सब की बहुत शुक्रगुजार हूँ। बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. थैंक यू. अल्लाह हाफिज़.
Thanks very much to everyone that's taken part in the short films. I hope that you agree that it gives a good overview of the services Lanarkshire Carers are providing and how we are providing them at the moment. It's good to see such happy, positive staff members. As I mentioned, our staff health and wellbeing has been a top priority for the organisation. I don't need to tell the people here today that it's been tough. It's been evident from the hundreds of carers we support that it's been a really challenging time for some of them. Many carers are experiencing an impact on their mental health and wellbeing, work, family, finances and relationships. Providing the information and advice along with the practical and emotional support for carers is the focus of everything we do, as well as ensuring that carers are listened to and heard. Our staff teams support carers facing all of these difficulties on a daily basis, and they link in with the local partners and community responses to try and address each concern. It is to their absolute credit that they continue to do this with such enthusiasm and energy, and I would like to thank every single one of them. Thank you.